Hi guys, Sportsia Newsbriefs. Cricket. T20 World Cup. Mark Wood gives England injury scare before India semi-final. Mark Wood has emerged as an injury concern 2 days out from England's T20 World Cup semi-final against India after withdrawing from training in Adelaide. Fast bowler Wood, 32, appeared to pull up during a gentle jog on the Adelaide Oval on Tuesday and took no further part in the optional practice, seemingly a precautionary measure as England confirmed he was suffering from general body stiffness. Wood has regularly topped 90 miles per hour since returning from an elbow injury that kept him out for most of the summer, with the paceman bagging 4 wickets in 9 matches so far in this World Cup. Tymal Mills would seem the most like-for-like replacement if Wood misses the game against India, with the Sussex left-armer also able to bowl at extreme pace. The concern over Wood is another potential headache England could do without, as they are yet to make a call on David Malan, who tweaked his left groin while fielding in last Saturday's win over Sri Lanka. The left-hander was said to be quietly optimistic of being involved against India, but England will be reluctant to take any risks given the enormous magnitude of what is at stake. While he walked round the outfield before briefly jogging on Tuesday, Phil Salt, who would likely come into the side if Malan was unavailable, seemed to have an extended catching session on the boundary. Special players don't often stay down for long. Hayden on Babar, Rizwan. Pakistan's team mentor Matthew Hayden has backed openers Mohammed, Rizwan and Babar Azam to regain form, saying that special doesn't stay down for long. Azam and Rizwan haven't had a great time in Australia this year, with the Pakistan captain having just 39 runs from 5 outings in the tournament at an average of 7.8. Rizwan, on the other hand, scored 103 runs in the T20 World Cup 2022. But that is considered by many to be below par compared to the lofty standards set by him over the past few years. Speaking at the press conference ahead of Pakistan's semi-final clash with New Zealand, Hayden backed both openers and compared their situation to the one Adam Gilchrist faced during the 2007 edition of the ODI World Cup. He went on to say that Gilchrist realised his potential in the tournament with a magnificent 100 in the final against Sri Lanka. Hayden further commented saying that it is nice to have 2 players who have felt the pressure and warned everyone to expect fireworks from both batters in the semi-final. Babar and Rizwan rightly are the number 1 combination. If I can take your minds to a different World Cup, and that was the 2007 World Cup, and Adam Gilchrist, you know, had by his standards, quite a lean World Cup ahead of that undefeated campaign for Australia. And if you remember that last match against Sri Lanka, he went on to score an incredible 100 and realised his potential in that tournament. And awakened the world once again to the fact that he was such a premium batsman in that format of the game. It's always nice to have 2 players that have felt the pressure, and we all feel the pressure at any given time in our careers. No different for the number 1 combination, no different for the number 4 ranked T20 player in Babar. And don't be surprised whatsoever if you don't see some fireworks, because very special players don't often stay down for long, said Hayden. Abdul Qadir inducted in ICC Hall of Fame. Pakistan spin bowling legend Abdul Qadir has become country's latest inductee into the International Cricket Council (ICC's) Hall of Fame. He is the 7th Pakistani to join the prestigious list of cricketers from all over the world. Qadir's induction into the ICC Hall of Fame was announced on Tuesday by the game's governing body. He was joined by West Indian Shivnarine Chanderpaul and Englishwoman Charlotte Edwards. Qadir, who passed away in 2019 due to cardiac failure, represented Pakistan in 67 tests, taking 236 wickets. He also amassed 132 wickets in 104 ODIs. Qadir's influence on the game in Pakistan and the wider world is still felt strongly. Often labelled the saviour of leg spin bowling during the 1970s and 80s, Qadir was renowned for outfoxing some of the greatest batters in the game with his dynamic action and majestic variation, the ICC said while announcing Qadir's nomination. Soccer. United prepare $150 million to sign Bellingham. Jude Bellingham, a promising Borussia Dortmund midfielder, is one of Real Madrid's targets for next summer. However, the Spaniards will face tough competition, as Manchester United want him to reinforce Erik ten Hag's project and are already preparing €150 million for him. Undoubtedly one of the biggest names in Europe right now is Jude Bellingham. The Borussia Dortmund midfielder is the surprise package of the season and already excelled last year in the Bundesliga alongside Norwegian striker Erling Haaland. The 19-year-old England international has scored 9 goals and provided 2 assists in 20 games so far. One of the clubs that have their sights set on signing him next summer is Real Madrid. Haaland called up for Norway despite being injured. The Norwegian national side have announced the 26 players who will be available to play in this November's friendly games against Ireland and Finland. Haaland, despite having an ankle twinge, is in the list. Norway will have to watch the World Cup on TV. The Norwegian national side did not manage to qualify for Qatar after finishing third in the group. Therefore, Solbakk's side, who do not want to lose momentum, have organised 2 friendly games in November. Their opponents are Finland and Ireland. The first game will take place against the Green Army on Thursday the 17th of November and the second will be against the Nordics on the Sunday 20th. Haaland's presence must be emphasised, who is fighting off an ankle twinge. Guardiola said that, and even put in doubt his return to action before the World Cup break. Arsenal man Martin Odegaard and Real Sociedad player Sørloth are also both in the list. Problems for Barca. Juventus want Jorginho too. Barcelona seemed to have Jorginho's signing all organised for next summer and they were going to get him for free, but Juventus have popped up as another option for the Italian midfielder. Kane could play in League Cup despite World Cup on the horizon. England captain Harry Kane could play in Tottenham's League Cup tie against Nottingham Forest on Wednesday even though the World Cup is just 2 weeks away.